Hi, I'm Mike from Michael's Motor Cars, located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and today I have a fun car I'd like to show you. Come on over and take a look at it. This car is a 1984 Porsche 928S. I have always liked these cars. I thought 928s were cool cars when they first came out. I used to work on these cars, and they were really technically very advanced when they first came out. So finally, recently, 928s are starting to get, I think, the respect they should have had for a long time ago. So whenever I see a nice one, I like to pick them up. This car I bought from a fellow up in Massachusetts. He had purchased it from a friend of his locally. I believe he was the second owner of the car. Carfax is showing us that he bought the car December 1st, 1998 with 54,800 miles. And he had told me he bought it from a friend of his. So I think he's the second owner. And it's just a nice old 928. It's in nice overall condition. It is the champagne color, which it does have. I'll show you then on the back. We do have the tag from the factory showing all the options on the car. So the car, and we have a clean Carfax on it showing essential servicing and everything from 1998. The guy just drove it lightly. He only put about 7,000 miles on it in 25 years. So we also have, with the car, we have the original owner's manual book, and the original owner's manual comes with the car. And typical 928, we have about 100 keys that come with the car, all the original keys, plus 2 more keys. So lots of keys come with the car. Let me show you the engine on the car. Of course, this is the single overhead cam motor. It does have a sticker on it that the timing belt was replaced at 61,000 miles. I do not know the date. When we had the car serviced, we did have an O2 sensor replaced, and we put a fuel filter on it and went over the engine, and I asked him to inspect the timing belt. Timing belt is in good condition. It's not showing any cracks or anything. This, I believe, is a non-interference motor, but I do not know the date when it was replaced, but it was about 1,000 miles ago by mileage. The engine is all completely stock, no modifications. The entire car has no modifications. It's just a nice old stock 928. There's no evidence anywhere of any accidents or any damage anywhere. Very original appearance under the car and everything. Excuse me. It does have right here on the left front fender. It's hard to photograph this. There's a little tiny dent right here. So it's hard to photograph, but it's only like that area, a little small spot. And let's see, there's a small mark on the left front fender here. I'm not sure. Parts of the car have been painted. I don't know if the whole car was repainted. Overall, it has a very nice appearance. The paint is shiny, it's glossy. There are no real other significant marks or dings on the car. So as you come around the front bumper is in nice condition, the front lenses and everything. Importantly, we don't see this a lot. The lower shroud is excellent. The lower spoiler is in great shape. And my suspicion is this car always had an easy life. I think it's a 2-owner car, and it's just everything about the car is just, it's been well cared for. Coming along the side, we chose not to replace the tires. The tread is good. Tires are fine. They are older tires. This is a car that we hope someone will get it who's a 928 enthusiast, and they can do the things they'd like to do, put whatever tires they want to put on the car. So they are serviceable, they are usable, but we did not replace them. Coming along the side of the car, one thing that's nice about this car, really nice for a 928, everything's functioning. The sunroof is working correctly, the windows go up and down properly. We did replace the sunroof switch, they tend to go bad. All of the indicator lights go off correctly on the car, and you'll notice that when we do the test drive of the car. All the lights go off, which is important on 928s. The air conditioning is working, it blows very cold. The heating system, of course, is working. I think the radio is not working on this car. It needs the volume control cleaned, and it is the original radio. So if we come around to the interior of the car, this car does have a full leather interior from the factory. So it was a nicely optioned car when it was originally delivered. The door cards are in great shape. Even the little doors that open and close, they've stayed nice and true and straight. There's no warpage anywhere. All of these little guys are in great shape. These are always messed up on these cars, and these are great. So all of this, to me, are indicators that the people that owned this car were kind to it. They were not rough on the car. The leather is all original. We did not do any replacement, and we didn't do anything to the leather other than clean it. So overall, very nice condition. The leather around the steering wheel is good and nice and original. The leather on the dash, you can see on the passenger side, it's slightly shrunk and pulled away from the defroster vent. But overall, it looks quite nice and goes around the seams nicely around the glove box door. And the overall appearance is very nice. The center stack in the middle is all nice. The rear seats are good. Probably never been sat in, which is typical. The car, of course, also has all of its original stickers. We've checked the VINs are all correct. All the stickers are in the right places. So everything about the car is just a nice, honest old 928. It is showing currently, I think, 62,000 miles, and that is definitely original. One of the best closing doors. Coming along the rear of the car, same thing. One thing I'd like to point out, because we almost never see this, when you look inside the quarter window in the rear, these panels are not warped. We almost never see where this leather has stayed in place nicely, and this car is beautiful. So the indicator there is the car was not in the sunlight a lot, and there's not a lot of bleaching on the interior. The car does have the toolkit here, all the tools for the original toolkit, and we'll take photos of all these items to show you. And also, under the carpeting, we have the spare, and right here we have the codes of the options on the car. So this is showing it is paint code 655. So it has all the important things that you like to get with a Porsche. The rear of the car, again, the bumpers are excellent. The little blocks, there's no marks on those. Has the wonderful 928 rear that was so dramatic when they did it. It's still cool today. The right side of the car, same thing. No marks or anything, nice and straight. In sunlight, you can see that not all the paint matches perfectly, so you can see some variation in the paint, which is when I think there was some paint work done on the car. The right side interior door, again, excellent condition. Little flippers are here. This opens and closes. There's no wear on any of these items. The little stitching in here, the leather stitching, because it's a leather car, is in great shape. So it's just a very, very nicely preserved 928. And there you can see the fitment of the glove box door still fits nice. This leather stitching is very nice. This is where you can see a little bit of the shrinkage that has happened. I'd leave it alone. I mean, the leather itself is fine. But that has shrunk a little bit around that defroster duct, which is very common. So if you've been thinking about a 928, with a 928, I always recommend get the best one you can afford, the best one that fits in your budget. They're difficult cars to bring back if they've been abused or been in accidents or really been neglected. But if you can find a nice one that has had a nice life and is running and driving and everything is working, that's the one you want to find. So please ask us any questions you have. We'll be happy to answer them. We'll be happy to take any more additional specific photos as needed. So clean Carfax. We have a clean Pennsylvania title to this car. It runs and drives quite well. And just a nice old 928S. So thanks for taking the time and watching the video.